Hello, my name is Noe, and today we're going to check some reports that we have here, financial reports that we have in Business Central. Good. So I started with the chart of accounts that is already open here. So we have different transactions, then it change. Plus, if you need, we can report on additional currency. It depends of the actual multi-currency functionality that you want. If we are going to use this functionality, well, as well as available in this case for our reports. Very important to mention that. Okay, but now let's just print some reports. Apart from the chart of accounts, which is by itself specific reports, let's check the structure because in order to ask for reports, we need to check this. First, we have the balance sheet, which is my level number 1. You can see that is involved. Then I have the assets, which is then the level number 2 in my chart of accounts. The assets are part of my balance sheet. That's why it's included in the balance sheet. So we call them this indentation. Inside the assets, we have a third level of indentation, which is all these different accounts that I have here, right, are inside of my assets accounts. Got it? So we have different levels of indentation. Now for the reports, it will be easy now to understand. For instance, if I want to then, let me just unselect this one. And then if you want to print your reports, the thing here is we have dozens of course of different reports. Let me just show you some of them. Here you can see all of, let's check your GL account balance, or if you have budgets, we have, or if you have dimensions, okay? Then we have the chart of accounts overview. From here, if we click on this one, you can as well, by the way, look for any report in the top, not only from the menus I'm selecting, just like this, okay? Not with the saved word, okay? The chart of accounts overview. This one is exactly the window that I have behind. Here I'm going to be able to see, okay, how have you integrated your segments? My balance sheet, okay, and my assets as an example, will be having a range of different accounts from 1001 to 10,990, okay? And you can see here, well, all these different accounts, right? Range of accounts. So here you are going to see, and you're going to be able to see how the totals per segment are actually then integrated by looking at the begin, the posting, and well, these different sections that are shown. So this is the first thing to check, and you can click on the net change or the balance immediately. In this case, in this demo, they are equal, but the net change is the period, the month, inside a fiscal year, we divide it by month, and then the balance will be accumulated, okay? Year to date, in other words. Okay, that's fine, but let's continue reviewing more reports with more information that will be possible to use, and then I'm going to use the trial balance by period, okay? Most of us we will need to review the specific, let me just add the starting date, the specific range of days to check specific information in our GLs. So we start with that starting date. This will be the beginning of 2023. If necessary, we can just filter by account. Okay, so here you can select, for instance, let's start with the expenses, all expenditures that I want to see as an example, right? So this will be my account 6001, and then the last is 61990. Good. So if I want then just to work like this and maybe only see a range, we would need just to basically insert the following criteria: your initial account, and then 2 points, 2 dots, and then the other account. And this is going to give you a range of dates, okay? Another one could be only expenses account, like I was just verifying. And here, if you add, okay, 6 asterisk, is going to filter only the accounts that begin with 6 asterisks that could have anything to the right, okay? So let's just start then doing that, okay? As well, if you want to print your income statement or balance sheet, it's up to you, right? As an example. And then we have different segments. For me, I can select the heading, the totals accounts, okay, or posting, which include the actual transactions. Now, if needed, then I'm going to click on preview. And here we're gonna get the trial balance by period every month, so you can see all the different totals or the transactions, the total transactions that you have posted month by month. Okay, the trial balance by period shows the opening balance by general ledger account, the movements in the selected period of month, quarter, year, and so forth. Okay, let me just go back a little. And that's the idea, all right, that you actually get into this starting date to actually then use this. Okay, now another good report that I always use is the detail trial balance. Okay, and here, where is it? Okay, you can use the summary. This will be more or less the same. Trial balance, detail. This is the actual word we use to find this. Okay, I'm gonna go to the detail trial balance, and this is important. Okay, I want to include a new page per account all together. Okay, include closing entries, reverse entries if you want them. Okay, but if we actually want to take a look at this report, it's just going to take a little. It's going to show me basically the trial balance for selected general ledger accounts. You can define which accounts are included in the report by setting filters. Use this report and close of an accounting period or fiscal year. Just well, basically to check the summary of all your accounting procedures. Okay, then. The idea of using this is that we are going to be now well, the different reports that I will be presenting, to know them, to try them. Okay, that will be the best at this point. And then if you manage reports, okay, I would like to go to the trial balance if you manage budgets, and I believe it was like this. Yes, this one is trial balance, then budget, just in case. Okay, because here the idea is that you are going to check how is your performance. Okay, so once again, your filter will be for the beginning of the year, would say, but here you will need to select your budgets. Currently I have two of them only, so I will be selecting 2023. And if you want, in my case, I have 4 different divisions in my company. This is what we call dimensions. You can use dimensions to slice and dice your information. So I have different P&Ls for each division. So you can filter if you select the wholesale division, which is the division 1, or only see figures for retail, which are my stores, which is the division number 2, as an example, right? If not, well, because I'm just currently checking the reports, the idea is that you actually filter by the budget, by your division, and if necessary, you can, why not, bring one specific set of accounts by filter or one by one. So once you got it, then the trial balance budget, let me just open this a little. Well, I have small figures. Okay, let me see if I have income statement. Okay, here you can see that here we are going to get the net change, but here a comparison percentage. Let me just open this a little, and the budget figure, which is in this case, for instance, this year earnings. Okay, 110, but this is what I speculated. Okay, percentage only 20% of the 52,000, just to mention, right? And then this is going to happen exactly with the total balance. So you can see what is the variation against a period using the net change columns, debit, credit, variation, and the total amount of the budget. What is the variation against my budget for the period? What is the variation against my budget against the balance or year to date for the total of all of this, your credit amounts and percentage of deviation? Okay, so that's good. That's good, just in case you use those. Now, if you want, you can as well print different reports. For instance, the trial balance detail summary. Sometimes this is important. Sorry, this is not the one I wanted. Here is GL balance by dimension. Okay, sometimes we need to create a dynamic report, which is going to show you for instance, I want to see some reports using my dimension. Which ones? We have stores and we have division, we have business units. All of these are dimensions. So what if I want to select any of them to print my P&L or things like something like that? What do you want to use? Actual amounts, budget, or only variances? It depends on your type of analysis, right? And then how do you want to depict your report periodicity? Let's say by week or month or quarter, okay? The most common ones. Now, important to mention that we can use rounding factors, okay? Just in case your figures are already very big, okay? Just in case for the actual managers or directors, of course, that they are going to see this report. Now, this is going to be presented if I click on show metrics, okay? The use of your dimension. So yes, I have my GL accounts in this column, but now if I go to the right, I want to see my different divisions depicted because I have wholesale sales, I have retail sales, which are stores, and as well I have online stores. Okay, so I have like different slice and dice or criteria to understand my information inside my company. This could be as well expenditures and using departments, a, administration, maintenance, manufacturing, sales, and you can then understand how you have divided your expenditures as another example. So that's why we use this type of matrix, which is once again like a dynamic, okay? And then this way we are going to then be able to work. Just in case you can, of course, navigate and click on any of the figures just to, for instance, the checking account, I want to see the total amount of all the transactions that I have used, and I can see a lot of payments using this type of a bank account actually, and the currency. So remember that we can just check any total and as well additional transactions. Now, the only thing that we cannot just, by the way, let me see. By the way, just change is your where we cannot change your currency report is when we do the valuation of your inventory. That's always done in local currency, which is well, not the most important financial report, but just to mention when we speak about this, okay? And the idea is that we get an inventory valuation report, which is as in the end financial, right? Because the operation posts different type of transactions, purchases, transfers, adjustments, and stuff like that. So we need to make evaluation of this, which will be for another lesson. But just to mention all of this type of operation, how much is the value, right, of my items in any given warehouse, right? This is calculating now all this information. Let me just expand it a little, right? From this will be all of this in local currency for now. Okay, this is my inventory value for each. This is the items, the item number 1000, 1001, and so forth. Description, unit of measure, the quantity you have currently in your company, the unit cost, and then so the inventory value. I will never expect to see here negative figures, okay? But this is the inventory valuation, one of the most important reports as well. So here, then you are going to be able to see some of the initial reports that I'm pretty sure you will be using. And then if you have different questions about specific information, how to prepare it, maybe you want to do calculations later, you want to divide this by that, the actual against last year, variations against the budget, and so forth, that will be for another reporting, for our next reporting session. So this is only for the financial reports. Thank you very much, and then see you in the next session. Thank you.